Hello, welcome to the Hexagon TTRPG. I'm Wizard Brent today, and I'm thrilled to have you join us for today's adventure. We're going to be diving into an episode of Progenitors Bloodlines, so grab your dice, settle in, and let's roll. Today we're playing with, drumroll,
Hello, my name's Wilm. Rather, my name's Simon. I play Wilm. And a little snippet of what's been happening with Wilm recently. So while he's been visiting the campfires at night, Wilm has met one of his people, Susie, who used to be a scribe. And he asked her to chronicle the events since everyone woke up as best she can, kind of like gather other people if she needs help. But just to get some sort of actual written chronicle going.
She's been hard at work. The problem is she doesn't have any paper, so...
Mental chronicle.
No, pieces of bark. Scratching in pieces of bark.
Like she's scratching pieces of bark. You see that she came up to you one day and she's like, look, this is a diorama representing when we first got into the forest. And each little thing in the diorama is symbolic.
Then we're going to be trying to develop paper as well.
I laugh at that attempt, and Otto laughs at another attempt to write down stories as if they were meant to be anything but verbally spoken. Hello, I am CJ, and I'll be playing Otto, the story weaving spidery folk. Today's fact is very simple. His birthday on our calendar would be August 8th. So it's coming up. Think about what you're going to get Otto for his birthday.
Ooh. Fun enough, we're not streaming.
No.
Is it because he has 8 legs? He's
No.
on August
The 8th of the 8th?
The 8th? Yeah.
Coincidence.
Damn, no, it's so
Spider-Man.
close.
August
August 8th
8th.
is a Friday.
Fuck.
Oh.
Not that close, actually.
In the future, though, like isn't there like a slight shift of the calendar? Like maybe it's a day off now or something.
True.
Well, every year the dates move by one day.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we could find the exact. We could find the exact freaking day of August 8th year. I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of years.
Actually,
In 4
fun
years,
fact
it'll be
about me,
Tuesday.
I have an uncle who can just do that in his brain.
What?
Like if you ask him a date in any year, he'll tell you what day of the week it was within
I'm
like
sorry.
3 seconds.
That's
It's fucking
crazy.
crazy.
Does he have like
But-
an algorithm that he follows, or is it just like
Yeah, he doesn't
What?
share it, but it's in
What?
He doesn't share. It's his
Wait,
own.
what? This is like a my uncle works at Nintendo kind of story right now. I don't believe you.
Yeah.
Neither.
He has a self-help Facebook page and everything. All right, I'll send. Actually, I'm sounding like Bernier because he said his uncle had it also.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah.
like.
But mine is real life.
The fires of truth. I'm thinking about our freedom.
Okay. All right. So I'm Peter, and I'm playing the tough Tomas, as they say. And I didn't really come prepared with the fact today, I must admit. So instead, I come up with something on the spot here. I know that we've just finished chronologically telling our story to all the peoples, but at one point, I want there to be kind of like a folklore. Maybe it's already happened. Folklore tale of Tomas, and a lot of people don't know that he is fused with a drill hound. So they just sort of think that he transforms into the drill hound, or that the drill hound and Tomas have never been in the same room at the same time, even though clearly they have a few times. Quite
like a
often
room.
actually. But the people are very confused, and that'll be the fact. It's who came first, the dog or the man?
Or just roll me a d20. Just roll me like a straight up luck check here.
I'll roll this big fat one.
Oh boy.
It's gonna
Big-
dent my table. It's an 18.
A lot of people believe this.
Wait, the fact that Tomas and the Drillhound are one and the same?
Yes. Or they believe that he transforms into it, or that it transforms into him.
Mm-hmm.
If
I
I
they're
think
not
all of you
wrong.
would notice that if the drill hound has walked around camp, they treat it like it's Tomas. So
Oh,
like
hell
with
yeah.
respect, and they're just like, "Oh, Lord Progenitor." Drill hound's like,
Gets all the scraps of food.
gets all the best portions of food.
Yeah, because I think he's you.
That is true.
Yeah.
We're not picky with our scraps, though, as Decafets.
I'm surprised there are scraps.
Well, there you go. Maybe the scraps are the best part.
Only if they're put in the hunter's pot.
the pot that makes you go blind.
What?
Wait, yeah, what?
Oh, sorry. I jumped a few steps there, but we had a similar conversation the other day. Was it with Bernier? I don't remember, but there was somebody. We talked about the eternal soup and then the soup that makes you go blind, and that just my brain was like, "Oh, the soup that makes you go blind," but there was without any of the context. My bad. Sorry.
Wait, because now you've connected the dots for me. Bernier sent me an eternal soup, a hunter's pot.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
That was
talked
that
about this
dude.
years ago.
Okay, so it is
Yeah.
all connected. You know? Well, 1/6 of the Hexagon TTRPG. Okay.
Amazing. Is it my turn now?
Yes.
Okay. So, hello everyone. I am Dee playing QT, your colorful intergalactic angel. There you go. I finally have an intro like the rest of you, cool kids. And my fun fact is, whenever QT feels overwhelmed, anxious, or stressed out because of decision making, being a leader, etc., at night she forces Mentor to listen to all her woes and pretty much uses him as a therapist, just like most people use ChatGPT as a therapist now. So yeah.
I'm going to remind you that 2 sessions ago, you also said that you forced Mentor to read you leadership tips to every evening. So
Yeah.
He's like in the middle of his leadership tips, and you're like, "Oh, and I had such a terrible time."
That's it. It naturally happens. The Mentor is like, "Okay, here we go again." But it's the process that she needs to get through in order to, go with her day to day.
Incredible. Writing that down, that you vent to Mentor at the end of the day.
Yes.
And with that, we've introduced all of our players. If you're new, make sure you say hi in chat and hit the follow button to stay in the loop. You can catch up on past episodes and more content over on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads, all the Hexagon TTRPG. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get this game started. So last time on Dimensionauts, boy oh boy, did we get a whole bunch of stuff done. We had a moment with Bart, the old man that arrived on the island, where basically you guys taught him a new way to use magic. And he appeared very grateful for this. And I think that I wrote, he's a fire mage. He's a wizard now. Harry. And yeah, basically, I think you guys have accepted him a little bit more into the group. And you told him your origin story, which turned into a telling of the origin story to many members of the different tribes. I have a short summary of what was told so far, where it started in a city. You were all idealized versions of yourselves, pursuing the potential of your inherent traits. There was mention that there was some sort of enemies in pursuit and allies, but that not everyone made it into the new world. And while you were pursuing this potential, you were pushed to your limits through puzzles and tests and feats, and that all of you progenitors here had formed a bond through shared experience, and that now you were all going to share your wisdom with your followers. And then the story ended with there will be more to come, but there was one tiny little hiccup, which was this was so inspiring, such a mythic and legendary story, that there were questions about the nature and the origin of your people themselves. And that has, I think, in some ways yet to be addressed, and was promised by Otto to potentially be addressed over a little bit of time and perhaps a little bit more thought. So hopefully Otto did that thinking. The Great Black Widow, the Great Black Mother of all spiders of the forest, also ended up making a pact with Quinn to not reveal certain details about the Dimensionauts and Quinn's origins, as well as other dimensional beings, such as the Great Black Widow revealing herself to be one of them. We don't know what exactly the relationship is there, but it seemed like she just wants to avoid any unwanted or undue attention. And I think in many ways has basically given Quinn some advice of like, hey, maybe don't spread that you're a Dimensionaut because you could get that attention too, and then bring it back on me. And so a deal was made to let's just keep this quiet in between us. And we ended the session with Otto, I think, wanting to meet up with his followers. And I think he also wanted to meet up with one Hellion, one underworlder called Hunson Dabadir. But Hunson can only be called with the Iron Bell. So I think as we wake up the morning after the legendary origin story, everybody in there, they're part of the woods in their shelters and this and that. Otto, what is it that you want to do? Where do you want to go?
Sorry, I'm muted. So as a player, my idea was to set something up in case, because I know we talked about maybe doing like big steps soon. And so I've set up building a religion. That's like something that I want to do big picture. So we don't have we don't have to spend too much time doing that. I think in this moment I would I guess I would bring the clothes to somebody. Maybe not Tomas, not Johnny.
Why not Johnny?
You know what? Maybe Quinn, since she mentioned there was some sort of like relation there between at least their people. So I'll bring it up to her and her peeps.
You're bringing me clothes?
Yes. A specific cloak. A very beautiful cloak.
Oh! I try it on instantly.
No. I stopped you instantly.
Oh!
And
I thought it was for me.
this is not for you.
Sorry, it's not for you. It's for the Hellion.
What? You're bringing that guy back here?
Well, we did discuss the possibility, and I wanted to have some form of control this time over what is treated with him, as last time we were out of town, so to say. But do you think this is a terrible idea?
Yes.
Knowing what you know. Oh. Never mind.
Okay, the only reason why I think it's terrible, and I'll let you know what's going on behind my noggin, is we don't know.
I look behind your head.
Not literally. What happens is we don't know the consequences of what would happen if he tricks us. We don't know how he could. It's for sure there's certain possibility in which we are not outsmarted by a hellish creature. But in the case we are, I don't know. I'm worried. Like in the past world, there were always talks about how, demons try to trick you and get you in hell and stuff. What if that happens to us? We end up in hell.
like extremely like matter of factly, just like, did you not just sign up your entire people to a contract with the Fae?
That was because I did get it tricked. See, I'm speaking from experience here. I don't want that to happen again.
Yes.
And also, I don't think they have terrible traditions and cultures, and at least from my knowledge. So for now, it's pretty okay. Not torturous or murderous, or like some other ones.
Are you saying that his comes from a culture that is murderous and torturous?
No, I'm saying that they seem nice, but
No, the Hellions.
oh, maybe yes.
Very well, Quinn. I did not want to do this anyways. It felt perhaps the right choice regardless of my desires, but if you do not want it, then you can have this. And I will present you the robe after all.
Wait, are you sure? Maybe you should wear it. It does you too, I think.
It is not cut of the same cloth as what I am used to.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Is that what is going on behind your noggin?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
we're good. Um, um. Well, if you're sure I can really have it, I would love to wear this.
I am sure. Truly, I did
I-
not need much convincing
I put
not
it
to
on.
meet with the Hellion.
As you're speaking, I'm
But
already
that's
like.
not the arm. Oh,
Wait, like this, or maybe this.
not your neck. Your yeah. There we go.
Oh, okay.
All right,
I
Quinn,
feel.
you have it on. I think Otto, do you want to just describe what it looks like?
Yes, it's. I can describe the vibe. It's like the cheapest thing at an expensive store. Like it's the least amount of the least amount of effort put into like a high quality robe. So it is like impressive in some ways, but it's not like that's why I don't care to wear it. What I
She
wear
can't
is
tell.
actually intricate and like very much handmade, like purposefully for me. And this is kind of just like off the rack, nice silk robe.
It is
But
dyed. It is dyed black.
yes, but I clocked that in my head because I had asked for like something. I didn't give much direction. I'm like, just give me something that represents like your work. And he just gave me like an off the rack robe. So I'm like, okay, interesting.
Adel, I know this wasn't originally meant for me, but I am very happy for this gift. So thank you so much. I appreciate it wholeheartedly.
My pleasure. Is there anything I should know? I feel I've been left out of the loop, at least of late. Any other
Mm,
dealings I should know of? Or anything of
well,
the
there's
sort?
this mage guy, but you've met the mage guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. There's still. No, I'm honestly a little bit. We still got voidlings to fight. We still have to figure out how to get paper. We still need to build homes. Can you help me build homes? That would be great. Because Mentor has more info for us, but we need a home first. Um,
Now,
what
tell me I'm being too meta, but I know there is something that I would like to know that you learned last night. And if you're lying to me, I am trained in seeing through deception.
Let's just say she's not lying. She's just keeping it out. Like she's just not even
A
thinking
lie
about
of
it.
omission.
Yeah, that's it.
Damn, I'm not trained in those. All right.
Not specifically.
It's almost as if like right after the deal was done, she just like doesn't even think about it. It's gone. She has so many other things that her brain is using her memory at that that's not part of it. All she has to remember is don't say Dimensionauts, you know.
Which you were already doing.
Not right
The
now.
one
Right now it was
person
out
with
of
an
character.
AI memory too.
Yeah, I'll say this. Otto, roll me an intellect roll just to, I think in this moment, if you're trying to glean a little bit of information.
But I'm not actively like I kind of asked that naturally as a character, and then
Yeah.
afterwards I was like, wait a minute,
Mm.
this
You're like, I don't
thing.
know to suspect a thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Unless you maybe hurt me last night, like get up and go there.
A 7, and I'm trained in seeing through deception.
7 and trained. So what I would say is this: is that the Ottomans are all around the camp. So I think you do get like little bits of like gossip and rumors and things of like most of it just being drama or whatever. So I would say that you know that Quinn has spoken to the GBM. Maybe not necessarily like what about, like no one can go in there without being noticed, and no one would attempt to do so. But I think that you definitely know, maybe more so than the other two. You have a little bit more of like an inflection on it, that you don't know everything about Quinn, right? You grew up with the other two in a sense. Quinn was a stranger when she came to you, and you knew her for a very short time. So now having her as one of the leaders, she's probably the most X factor out of the progenitors.
Interesting.
So I'll say that is like just something you know. So maybe that asking questions of Quinn and being like, oh, like what do you know? I think that's something that maybe you're keyed into.
Okay. I'm gonna do a little auto exit and just say, careful, Quinn. Often spiders leave webs behind. Don't get
Are you
caught.
leaving a web behind right now?
I leave a little whisper.
That was a wave with my newfound coat.
Absolutely, you have a black robe, which your spacesuit is under, I will say as well. So it's like,
yeah, no, that's it.
you put your bubble helmet on, the hood kind of just like barely fits over everything.
I don't put it on. I keep it down.
Yeah, you're like, I'm not gonna do that.
But if I was to take off my bubble head, then I would put it on.
Yes.
Okay, Sandy.
In my head, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but in my head, you have like, it's like a Buzz Lightyear almost, where like you press a button and then the bubble like, boop,
yeah,
like,
very possibly, yeah. And so
Okay.
if I didn't have it on, I would like just cover my head up real quick, just to feel
Yes.
mysterious, like. Ooh.
Wait, you put the hood on?
Well, okay, let's say now. Yeah, I'll put the
Okay.
hood on. I'll take my
You
bubble.
put the hood on, and it's dark, mysterious over your
Mm.
eyes, and you like flutter the robe and turn, and May walks around the corner in that moment and just goes, ah! Scared.
Boo!
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
Monsieur
May.
Quinn, where'd you get that garment? You look so mysterious.
Right? It's a gift from Otto, actually.
Is it now? She
And I do a
looks at it,
twirl.
touches the fabric.
Hey, you're not. What are you detective mode on for?
Nothing.
Name. I can tell you're holding something away from you.
She gets a mischievous little glint in her eye, and I think in that moment, you know that you definitely should not have told her that this came from Otto. And May just says Kissing, Quinn and Otto in a tree.
May. We're just friends. People
Can
be
Johnny
friends
please
in
pass
online.
by and then pick that up and just go?
If you pay me 1 XP, that's canon.
Are you
Let me
gonna
see.
do it?
Oh, I got 4. Let's do it.
Johnny passes by at the perfect moment just to hear the KISS turns and he goes, and Quinn, I think you lock eyes with Johnny and you go,
Johnny don't. Johnny don't.
he's already gone.
Johnny don't.
And a rumor starts.
Oh my
circulating.
god.
All right, good sesh, guys.
EXP.
Simon gets it back for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
That's
So we can move into fast time. I know that was kind of the intent after last session that we were going to maybe focus on building things a little bit. There are some unfinished little threads that I think everybody has said that they want to follow up on. So I will just state them, so you guys are all getting ready for the day. Quinn, blushing furiously, to have breakfast. We got Tomas waking up with the drill hound, kind of curled around you. Karith coming from the shadows. And we have Tomas, you're waking up. Just a beautiful morning. Nothing is wrong. Everything is right in the world today. After those globs were killed on around the island, safeguarding it in Valeth. And I think all of you have the basically the same to-do list where there's develop the civilization, but there is also hunt down and kill the rest of the voidlings that are in the forest. They've been at large for a year now. And so I think all of you have gotten reports of sightings of these things in the forest. It's made patrolling like inside the forest, like to keep the monster populations in check and away from the habitable part of the forest where even like where the Fae and the people are is like a little bit tough because the voidlings are, it's like, oh, we're going to fight some like dire wolves or whatever. And then all of a sudden a like carapaced, like big bug comes out of nowhere. And it's like, oh no, now we're fighting a mini boss. So it's causing issues. And then there's also this Wyrmling that cropped up and seems to be like really hungry and devouring food and resources. In the part of the forest that it was sighted in. So how do we want to handle these things? We can handle them in fast time, but fast time means that you will be sending your peoples to go and do these things.
So that means if we don't fast time, we go and do them?
Yes, exactly. It's like, do you want to basically, like, as the DM, I'm kind of forcing you guys to like, hey, if you want to go take care of it yourself, that's fine. We go to slow time, then we don't get to develop the civilization. And I think there's more risk of like, what if you get seriously hurt or wounded or whatever, which might affect your, your civilization planning later, versus if you send your people to go do it, like you're safe and you're able to develop things a lot faster, but then like people die.
Oh. I don't know. Vote everybody. Which should we vote?
I don't know. I feel like we gotta take care of the voidlings ourselves.
Yeah, I feel
Otto
like
and Will know about the Wyrmling.
Yeah, we brought it up to you guys. I think
Okay.
either last session or the session before that.
Definitely think we should take care of the voidlings ourselves. But Wilm is curious to know if the Wyrmling is like native to the forest. Like, is it a creature that normally is there and it's just acting out for some reason?
I can figure that out with my beautiful Dimensionauts D-pad. Beep, 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 beep. I got the anyway because I remember I did that like early on.
Well, someone spoke to the Fae. If it was Quinn or Tomas, I don't remember.
It was both of us.
Yeah, I think
we're
maybe you're
together.
both there. I'm realizing I actually don't have the notes here. I wrote them on my laptop, and it's not syncing. CJ, I have to ask you something later, but remind me. I'm going to forget. But yeah, my notes aren't here right now. So I believe what they said to you was that the Wyrmling is native to the forest. Basically, it's like this island that you're on is like really big. It covers quite a bit of like ground. And so there are those cardinal points of the
Yeah.
forest that
Like
have
the
their
four
different
seasons. Yeah.
I think I said the Wyrmlings to the north, so it's in like a colder part.
Yeah.
And so it has come out and it's like ravaging like that area of the land. And when it's done, it's like it's eaten its fill. It goes into a long, long sleep. So there are other Wyrmlings in the forest. It's just hard to find their dens because over like a couple hundred of years, they will like basically like slowly get grown over and covered and become part of the natural landscape. Like there is no trail to follow. And then when they burst out of them years and years and years later, and they go on their, you know, their feasting and then go back to bed. So if you leave this alone, like it will go away and it is a natural part of the forest. But I think the idea was that
They want to make armor from it.
yes, it would give you like materials.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
yeah, okay, well, yeah. Wilm is okay with attacking getting the voidlings himself.
Mhm. Yeah, I feel like the wormling can, or the worms can be dealt with maybe by our people in fast time and later on.
Yeah, they can
Especially if,
fight
like,
and collect the resources.
If we're going after ones that are like asleep, or this one particular one that's asleep, then it might not be so dangerous. I mean, it potentially could be, but if they
Can
get the
we-
jump on it.
Can we still have like one leader that goes with the group though, with the people?
But
Yeah, I guess
To
we
kill
could.
the wormlings?
depending on how I guess Brent wants to run the fast time stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If it's like, if there's like might be like a detriment to like the next role or something, but like there'll be an asset to that role in particular if a leader goes with potentially.
Mm.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, right? So I think the last time we talked about fast time and you use your populations, they have like stats. And so we use those stats to go accomplish stuff. So I think what you could do as the leader, yeah, would be to go and like boost the role and like I guess give an asset on something like that. But what I would do instead is like, because you're busy, you wouldn't be able to maybe take like it would limit the amount of actions you would do that year potentially.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
But I guess that'll be for fast time when we get to fast time stuff.
Yeah,
Let's do slow time to kill the voidlings.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going into slow time quest to go kill the voidlings.
I think so.
Yeah.
Right. What preparations would you all like to make? It's the deck of Faust going, ho, 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 war party.
Literally.
The freaking animals.
Freaking animals. So, yeah, I mean, you guys are all here.
Preparations.
Will
Yeah,
would like to find out more about them. Like, what were the reports? Their size, their quantity, kind of like just to get an idea, general idea of like what we're up against.
So they've been sighted in each quadrant. I think is except the northern quadrant right now, because it's the Wyrm is like active, and so basically scouts have stopped going into the north during this time.
Fair.
So
there
now
might still be, but we don't have any reports from them.
that's it. You haven't heard anything. I mean, but there is like I think the Fae would tell you guys, like if you're going out looking for information now, I think there's a few things you learn, like no role necessary, just talking to people as the leaders of each of the tribes and like who have made a deal with the Fae as well, right? I think like that spreads a little bit. And they know now, like, okay, like not only are these our neighbors, like they're kind of Fae as well. You know what I mean? Like you've become like part of like a
Fae adjacent.
Yeah, you become part of this like alliance of like these different peoples. And they're like, okay, well now the Decafouts and the Ottomans and the Phoenicians and the Underseers, like they're all kind of like part of this forest in a way. they've made a deal, which kind of ties you guys in. And like I think the idea from the Fae is like that you were all in a sense one faction. So that's something that you all get a sense of. When in reality the deal was made with Quinn and potentially just the Underseers.
That's
So that's for you guys to figure out.
I can tell the Fae, no, only the colored ones, only the very colorful, like pink and purple people.
Do you do that?
I think that would be a good, like, a reminder. Like, these are my people.
Pause everything. So do you
Sorry.
do you tell May to go tell this to them, or do you go with like May to go?
I'll leave May be in charge this time, as she seems to have more experience than me at communicating with the Fae.
So May immediately, before she goes anywhere, is like, if we tell them that the authority doesn't extend, that it's going to basically like limit the extent of the alliance that we have.
Oh, so we should just not say anything, I see. Okay, fair. I mean, May, you are so good politically.
She like puts her hand up. She's like, well, I guess I have a mind for it. I think us being responsible puts us in a position of negotiating power with the other 3 tribes. In terms of, if this was a chore, it's something that we're taking care of. And so perhaps they could take care of some other things and we can negotiate for that.
I'll put some days of thought into this before I go ahead. But good idea. And I pat her head.
You pat her head and you notice that she's like a little bit taller. She's growing.
Oh! In my head, I'm doing the thing grow so fast.
Okay, so you put some thought into this. I think you're thinking about this, and then you guys are going to collect information. So the information you collect from the Fae right away. The bugs are terrorizing them a little bit. They seem to be trying to encroach on the Fae villages in particular, but the Fae are very good at hiding. They also have magic, but they've been increasing in number. The reports you got from your scouts are that, yes, they're appearing and they're appearing more often, but they seem to be not bothering the scouts too much. Like a bug will show up and then run away. Whereas the Fae are like, no, they're like sieging our little villages. Like they're attacking us and like trying to steal our berries and stuff. And like, basically they are, in one case at least, terraforming the land. So it's like a Fae was like, my field of pumpkins has been destroyed, and they made all these burrows and digging around, and now I can't grow pumpkins there anymore.
Yeah, no, that sucks. We want to stop the voidlings anyways. We don't need extra reasons. We already know for Valet this has been quite annoying. So yes, if we also help the Faes at the same time, it's just 2 in 1 in my eyes.
Yeah, so it seems it'll be very helpful. It seems like it's getting worse. Is there any other avenues for information that you guys want to pursue?
Well, the initial idea behind allying with the Fae was to run a joint operation on getting rid of the voidlings.
Mm-hmm.
So are we gonna call that in?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, how? Well, that's if you guys are, if the Underseers and Quinn are going to be dealing with the Fae, how are they going to kind of pull on the Fae to help us?
Well, probably just mention the fact that it is going to be a little bit of a challenge, but united together, I'm sure we can get rid of those pests. Something like that. We'll be the front, you guys are in the back helping us, type deal.
Do you say this to a random Fae? Who are you guys talking to?
Okay, I take the steps to make that happen. Actually, well, again, through May. I'll leave May to be the intermediate between the underseers and the Fae.
Okay, so you leave May to go talk to the Fae. And she's gone for a little bit. I think like it takes her like a few days because she has to go to like their court. So basically like there's a bunch of like little rules and traditions and things that she has to follow, and it's like it's kind of rude if she just asks a favor, and so she starts like she's playing these games with them that are all political and very like detail oriented is what I would say.
That's why she's so good at it.
And so yeah, and I think like you see her like she's getting practice doing this. But she has to stay away. Like she has to stay out there. So during this time, so she's going to go get this backup for you guys from the Fae themselves, or from the court of the Fae. What are you all doing? Any last things? Otherwise, I'll skip to when she comes back.
Yes. So have we pinpointed the plastisteel and metal deposits? Because last time we got information that there were. So
yeah, that's in my notes on my laptop. So I remember that there were those deposits. They were basically ruins or like bits of the old world that were in the forest.
Yeah.
So you can be led to them if you so wish, like one of these like outcroppings.
Because I was wondering if we could potentially start like getting samples and attempting to work with them.
Yeah. I mean, you can go inspect one. So it's like the one of the small treants will lead you and a couple of other Phoenicians over to basically like one of these deposits. And as you look at it, I think you know this is old world material, and there's quite a bit here. Like there could be a building under the ground here. So the treant is showing you, and there's like an old tree nearby, and he's like the roots of that old tree are like what is touching like some of the stuff below ground. So he tells you that it's it's fairly sizable.
I would have wanted to survey the people, like I guess first the Phoenicians, and then if I hadn't found in the Phoenicians, expand my search to see if anyone had any research, like in blacksmithing, in like prospecting almost, but like mining, like just procuring of resources and materials.
Yes. You find an underseer prospector, and you find in terms of blacksmith, there's a Phoenician and also a Decafout.
Okay. I would ask to bring them along just to get their opinions on the material and if it could be something that we could use and excavate.
Yeah, so they all come along. You can see that they're taking a look at you. The underseer is immediately just like taking a look, like talking to the treant, basically in a three-way conversation with a literal tree, but the treant is having to talk to this tree and then talk back to the underseer. It's like taking a long time because trees talk slow. And during that, you're talking with these blacksmiths. The Decafout is just like, look how hard this material is. It's very sturdy. The plastisteel, kind of like really like trying to like physically bend it and kind of like mess with the material, whereas the Phoenician is like you can see already applying like small bits of flame to see just like how the materials are reacting, and they're workable in their opinions, but it's going to take some time to learn how to best do it, right? There's like a technique that would have to be developed, because these materials are not necessarily what their knowledge, like they would have been, maybe their knowledge surrounds more like raw metals. So these are like a step up, but they would have to be used differently.
I just want to like have this process going.
Yes. So like I think that this is a tech tree that's available. it's not a slow time thing. It's going to be a fast time thing of like, okay, we have to devote a bit of resources to
perfectly.
mine this.
Yeah.
And so and that's what the Understeer comes to say is like, there's a bunch of these deposits. Apparently, we would have to dig and find them and unearth them and bring them back.
I just want to think about it.
Yeah, and so this is the thing: is like it's a tech tree that you're kind of unlocking right now of like ancient materials in the form of it was plastisteel and
You said metals and plastisteel. So
yeah,
I don't know what the metals are comprised of.
The metals are rare earth metals. So basically, you have stuff like gold, lithium, silver, all of the stuff that would be in electronics, basically, like nickel. So there's like they're very rare, like small-ish amounts, and most of the other stuff is plastisteel, which is like a bendy, lightweight metal.
Okay.
Yeah, and I would say too, like when you're looking at it, like it's not like, oh, that's the wing of a fighter jet. Like they're kind of like lumped together. Like obviously they've been here
worn and aged and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's all kind of natural looking at this point.
You know, I'm sure there's also like flora that have kind of like grown over it and everything. Like,
yeah, it's got to be cleaned. I mean, like you see the deck out like breaks a piece off and is like gonna carry it back to camp to like keep by his hut. And the inside of it is like obviously very like no stuff is gonna grow inside of these like metals and things like that. So
with the time that's there, Willem just wants to see how hot the flame needs to be to like kind of like start to not maybe cut through but make it malleable. Like he'll take like a small piece or whatever, or like trying to like almost like blowtorch his way through like a small tip of a piece.
How long do you want to spend doing this?
Well, like if we have like we took like because there's 2 days or 3 days that Malin has gone to, so like he'll go with that little like group and the treant, and like the day that they're there, he'll spend like that time just trying to see. So like it takes an hour or two, like.
Yeah, so I mean, you guys spend maybe like an hour like talking about this. Like you're there, they're taking a look at the materials, and the prospector is talking to the tree. If you spend the whole hour and like even they come to you and ask questions, and you're like just talking about like, oh, like this is what we'll have to do, you can't make it further than like a couple centimeters of like glowing plastisteel, and as soon as you take your flame off it, it like starts to cool already. Like I wouldn't say like you can't even cut through it. You know what I mean with your flame.
Like he just wants to see at kind of like get a gauge of the temperature at which it can start either being like malleable or like he can cut through. Like he doesn't need to cut through a whole piece. He just wants to see at what point does he need to get the flame.
I'll say that you don't have that firepower on you. Like without serious effort, you're not going to be able. So like you just put your flame, like because I think your ability, you have an edge where you can just kind of cast your fire for free.
That's it, and like he'll try to like refine it as like laser as possible. Yeah, like as fine, directionally as possible, kind of thing, to get it as hot as he can.
Yeah. So your maximum heat setting, with your ability, can't do it. Like you would have to apply more effort or different magic, or put it in a kiln or something. Okay,
so he will like make a note of that and mention it to like the blacksmith and like all of them there. Like it won't just be like normal magic, well, normal fire that we can use. We have to really like set up as you said, like the proper equipment, kiln and forge, etc., to get through this.
Yeah, I mean the deck file looks at the finish and is like, that's your job.
So yeah, but just like that's what he wanted just to test out to see if it was possible, and it wasn't. So like it's fine. He needs to just check.
I think it's just that hard.
Yeah. Cheers.
Oh.
Okay.
Glug glug.
Gluggity glug.
Okay, cool.
Mason Jari.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to get that kick started. I'll come back.
Alrighty. So you kickstart that process. I mean, that's like one of the 2 days. Otto, Tomas, is there anything you want to do to prepare?
I kind of want to jump off of Simon's idea. If I have anybody who's like scientifically minded or even alchemy minded, just to take a bit of that stuff too and apply some different techniques to it.
Absolutely. You send it would be an alchemist who would be with the Ottomans, someone who's like chemically minded to go take a look, and they come back to you, I think, with some very disappointing news, which is like, Vox Arachne, I have no chemicals to perform any tests with. That you're just scratching it and taking some shavings and attempting to coerce a finition into applying some flame to it, and it is very valuable material that I'm sure will be useful once we have some infrastructure in place.
You have no venom or poison or anything that you can concoct?
Myself, no. Perhaps I could find someone that does have some poison, but from what I've seen, in the same way that a rock would not be affected by poison, nor would this plastisteel.
Interesting. Very well. We will look into this infrastructure. Thank you.
Yes. How intimidating would you be in this moment?
Just enough.
Just
Not
enough.
just naturally imitating, not trying to like get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, so he just pauses and then just goes, "Sire, we would need glass and equipment and ways to keep track of results, and there's a long list of equipment needed, rather than just the paper." Paper. Just in case you didn't already have it on the list. He like turns and goes. He's like trying to escape the room all of a sudden.
Wait, what is your name?
It's Joran.
Jordan. I must admit I am not of the mind of such things as alchemy. If it is more complex as you make it seem, perhaps we should speak more so I can understand what is needed.
Of course. Do you speak with him now?
Ooh. Yeah, I guess if we have a couple days, and we're potentially running into materials in the near future, it would be helpful to know if any are useful.
You speak with a very intelligent individual, I think, in Joran. And he lists out like, this is what I need to perform a single experiment. And he basically describes to you like personal protective equipment, like gear, gloves, aprons, masks, like sanitation equipment, a building to block the wind and the sun, storage devices. Like, I think that in this conversation, Otto is impressed upon of like, oh, he needs literally the entire laboratory that like we used to be in. You know what I mean? So to perform like those types of like physical sciences, you need so much technology. Like, you guys have nothing. You have spider silk clothing, wooden and rock implements held together by spider silk, and that's basic. Oh, and some things that a demon gave you to make life easier. It's like 2,000 people are sharing like 5 buckets.
We can make some silk protective gear and a silk wall to hide behind, but other than that, I'm being I'm being playful here. Oh God, 4.
He's nodding along, and he's very impressed with your playful thoughts.
But other than that, perhaps think outside the box, young Jorin. I'm sure it would be helpful to have all of that, but perhaps there's a shorter list that you can think of.
Would you
Well,
be like,
I have this, and he like opens his silk robe, and he's like a row of like vials, and he's like, "This one smells awful." And
wait, he has
this-
glass?
You have
Close
class.
up. Yeah, he's got like
Vile?
the shells of fruits, and they've been like tied closed.
Okay.
We're like dried out. He's like, I was using these to help fight off the toxic spores.
Just tossing. Would you be like conferring with the rest of us about this or no? Otto?
Ooh, yeah. I don't see why not.
It's like Will would suggest like, well, why don't you have your alchemists start concocting some sort of clay product and something to adhere clay bricks
To
like,
build a
to
home.
each other. Yes. To build a wall.
We need to do that.
I feel like we need Senku over here. We're like,
Yeah.
Stop this soon.
we're gonna make
There's a part of
all
me that is
the
like, oh, this is very doctor stuff.
yeah.
But I was also thinking we can make more, cabins maybe, and that could be enough to count as a home. As long as I was thinking, like, what is a home? And a home is just a place that can provide you that private area for a person or a family. So cabins could work, maybe.
I was thinking not so much for homes, but just for research facilities and forges.
Oh,
But sure,
that's a good point.
just because a wooden cabin might go up in flames,
Oh, I didn't think about
and we
that.
kind of want to protect the forest.
Yeah.
For
You're right.
normal domiciles, completely fine. So for homes, that would work. But for these more specialized buildings, I think we would need something a bit tougher and a bit more fireproof.
I will bring Jorin into my inner circle then. He seems valuable.
Sure.
You bring him in.
Let us know how you get along with those things, and if you need any help, let us know. Sure, I have some Phoenicians that can help out.
Yes, I think this first point of order will be to seek out others to assist him.
Don't I have like a list? At least I remember in the beginning, I had Mentor collect a list of all names and what they remembered they used to do.
Yes. I forget if you had only done that for the Underseers or if you did that for everybody?
Oh, I wanted to do it for everyone, just to have a catalog of all people that we started with at least.
Yeah. So I think you have a list of like literally like name, face, and job description. for
Perfect.
2,000 people.
Mentor's quick sketch of their face, like next to the name.
Or does it take an actual picture? Does it have a camera? It
Uh,
must, right?
On what
Too.
though? Oh, it's in his digital data bank.
He's a computer, and you have a D-pad which has a bunch of storage. So you are
Amazing.
the one person who is able to
Damn.
record things right now.
Profile pic.
Yeah. Okay, because that was like my main goal was to know everyone's. Like, I wanted everyone to feel like an individual that will be remembered, even if it's just digitally for now. Yeah. But I pretty much use it in order to get the people we need for
It could be called D space.
D space. I
D-Space.
kind of love
D-Space, D-Book.
it. D cloud.
The D-Cloud, yeah. Well, what was it? The Yellow Pages? The D Pages?
Yeah.
Um, That's your homework. Is your fact for next time.
What's your database's
Go through
name?
social media.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Incredible. So yeah, you guys have a list.
Taking it.
But I will say, every time you want to find some, like, use this list, you have to go talk to Quinn. So if you just want to like talk to your people and find somebody, you can.
I mean, was one of the reasons why like Willem has like been talking to people like every night to like go around to the fires and get to know the people. Like, sure, he might not have like everybody memorized, but like he has a good number.
Perhaps I can meet with Quinn and under a tree to discuss this list. I keep hearing that in whispers. But I don't understand.
I believe it's in.
Oh, in a tree. That will do.
Tomas, any prep? Or are you good?
Let's see. I have a few things, actually, a couple things. The first is I want to go around. Are there any like reports of our people having come across the voidlings already?
Yes, exactly.
Other than just like scouting and stuff, like have any of them fought them before?
Only in like the scouting parties. Most of them only briefly. They either had to retreat because the voidlings were too strong, or the voidling like just left all of a sudden. There isn't really any reports of like we fought it to the death, which I think is immediately interesting. The Fae have different stories, and I think that strikes you as like, well, why are the voidlings like repeatedly attacking the Fae villages? And the Fae like have had casualties as a result of these, and I think that the population of the four tribes have not had any casualties due to the voidlings yet.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll just go around. I don't know necessarily if I'll have time to speak with like Fae people. I think if I know that Quinn is already sort of taking care of that, or if May or whatever, I'll focus just probably on the Decapouts in the tribe, and I'll try and do like an empathetic sort of connection, magical connection with them, so that I can get like the emotional feelings that they had in the confrontation, so that I can sort of prepare myself before we encounter them.
Okay. So you go around, you gather these reports. What strikes you as even more odd after gathering the reports and feeling the feelings, the scouts that have survived these encounters are all basically like completely terrified of the voidlings, to the point that you immediately intuit just through your emotional connection that these things must have some sort of like magical aura in some sense. Like the dread that you feel is too uniform across all of the people. So there's something there of like, these are more than just natural bugs, like, and they're from whatever that dimension or like whatever that magic that Quinn uses that's related to that, and she was the one who like helped overcome that initially. So there's something there. The other thing is that from what they've told you, these things are too strong for the patrols to beat. Like you would have to send out like a war party of Decapouts to like bring one down. Damn. So they seem like very, very strong.
Okay.
The last thing that you'll know is that they have not ventured wherever these voidlings are. They stay in the center of the forest, like in the deep woods, and that's how they've been avoiding everything. So they have not come to the edge of the woods, which is where all of you have kind of made camp.
Okay. Well, that's great information. And that basically confirms that I'll need to take Zelkarith with me as well. And then I also, just for a little bit of, especially if they're this threatening, even if it's some kind of magic, just the fact that everyone thought that they were too strong to take on, I'm going to go and ask if, I don't know if we already talked about this, but I'm going to ask if Bart wants to join us. Because he seems pretty damn strong.
I mean, so he's like living outside the forest right now.
Mhm.
I think you come back. He's got like a slightly nicer shelter. He's gathered some like rocks to make like a permanent fire pit. And he's been spending his days, just helping with like, I would say like he's kind of on watch in front of the forest in a sense, where there's always a few guards kind of there with him at that camp, at that outpost now.
Mhm.
And he's just like permanently in that area, and he's always talking to people. So he's been gathering like little bits of info, talking to the populace. Like I think you hear a few people like in the camps like mention, oh yeah, Bard of the Purifying Flame. And so he's like known now. So people who are curious have come in and been able to speak with him. You guys haven't gate kept that at all. So yeah, you go to talk to him, and as soon as you're like, oh, like, do you want to come fight in the forest? He like opens his eyes. Oh, well, do you want me to enter the forest? Seems like perhaps I was not fully welcome yet.
It might be dangerous, but this foe that we are up against, it seems more threatening than these things that are following you.
Yes, and we haven't seen any more out here since then. Neither me nor the other guards and scouts. And I have some questions for you.
Well, go ahead.
Your people, they don't seem to have any memories of their past.
Well, what do you mean?
Like parents or siblings or events like birthdays or even, where exactly they were born, or they all just seem like they've sprung into being with all the knowledge they need for where they are.
Yes. Well, they're all like this. We are all like this. We are as we are. We remember yesterday. What more is there to know?
Roll me an intellect here.
Oh no. In what sort of capacity? Because I have some detriments to some intellect skills. I'll list them
you would
out
actually
just in case.
you would get an asset to this one.
I would. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
because it's emotional in nature.
That is a 15.
You feel a sense of awe in him. Yeah, and I think on that 15, a sense of awe. And I think that that there's something about your explanation is not normal. Right? Like he's like describing like, oh, this is what it is to be a person, and like even you have fragments of memories of like the way that you came into being, right?
Yeah.
Of like coming to consciousness in the laboratories, and like the explanations of like, oh, you had a life before, and that like you gave that up to become what you are now voluntarily. And I think there's an acceptance there. And your people didn't give that. Or at least not knowingly.
Right. Yeah, it's just because from like Tomas's perspective, he's sort of the same. He just sort of, like you said, he was suddenly in like a testing facility as like a new person, basically. And so to him, that's kind of just normal. Like this is how I've always been, just sort of have been, and he doesn't really think about it too much. So when he's asking these questions, Tomas is just like I think the feeling of awe, though, I think maybe he'll just like put his hand on Bart's shoulder, and he goes, "Well, there are many things, many questions that I don't often ask, Bart, and many more questions that I do not have the answers for, but of which my companions, they know much more than I. think they want to know more than I. But I am happy here, even if we don't have homes and roofs over our heads.
You don't have homes?
Well, not like the big glass tube I was in at one point, but
The what?
you did not have a large glass tube from which others watched you.
You see him really size you up, and Barcha says, "For someone who says that they do not know much and that do not wish to know much, Tomas, you have given me the most information of all your companions, and have also given me the most questions. It would be a pleasure to help you if I am welcome within your wood, as I have enjoyed speaking with your people and with you."
Yes, I think it would be good for you to join us. I can tell you are strong, Bart.
And he smiles warmly.
Well, we must let the others know, right?
Yes, of course. Get their consent. I can wait here as I have been.
All right. And I guess if he doesn't have any more questions or anything, I'll go let the others know.
No, and I think you start to go away and you see him do something that he wasn't doing before, which is he takes out what looks like a hand-carved pipe and he starts to puff on it.
Immersion.
And you see him looking out, and like maybe it's like sunset at this point, like just beautiful view across that, rippling plains of grass as he starts to smoke on this pipe, and this like thoughtful expression on his face. And I think again on that roll of like that, that 15 of insight, of like that emotional resonance of like you feel somebody who felt like they were a leaf on the wind now becoming part of this land. There's like a settling of like, so this is my lot and it's not bad.
No, that's awesome. Man, I like Bart.
You go back to the forest. You tell your companions. So would you all like to discuss the entry of Bart into the forest of Goeth?
Is that just me?
No, yeah, your mic is acting a little bit weird.
You're like underwater all of a
Right,
sudden.
yeah.
I'm underwater.
Oh, well, now it's good.
Now it's better. Oh, that was weird.
It was just
Yeah, it was like a little bit like a reverb almost.
yeah.
Tell me if it happens again. Tuna.
Yeah.
Yes, you come and speak to us about Bart.
Yeah, I'll whenever we can all meet up again, I'll just mention that Bart will be joining us.
Will mention to the others. From what was told to the general, to everybody about our origin, it did leave a lot out. But I do believe that at certain points we might need to be a bit more forthcoming about certain things. Bart might need to know a bit more. He has been so open with us. But I open this for discussion.
Well, he did ask some questions.
Such as...
I
Yeah,
don't know,
well-
just this and that.
Incredible.
Like the classic questions, like, isn't it the nice weather today?
No,
That
actually,
kind of question?
normally he does, but not today.
Oh.
All right,
It's always
just to
nice
be,
weather here.
because if he's risking his life for who he doesn't know, That I think speaks to his character.
I feel like again, I felt like Bart was a pretty good guy from already his backstory that he told me. So
I agree.
that's when I knew that I can trust again.
Mentor pops out and he's got like a little chart. He's like, all right, 2 votes for.
Oh, we are voting. Which is your faction?
Democracy.
If you wish, so be it. I feel nothing for this Bart.
Nothing at all.
Oh, wait. Nope, nothing at all.
Merely indigestion, it seems. So, indifference and 3 yeses to bring him into the forest? Is that what?
Mentor
The
marks it on
consensus
the
is?
chart and just goes, all right, he's in.
Now, as for do we fill him in on other details or not?
Perhaps I don't see the purpose.
I think it depends on the context and mood of the day. At least in my case.
Truthfully, he seems to have accepted his place here. Accepted us. And we have accepted him.
Seems like it. I just feel like there are going to be questions coming from him or from the rest of our peoples. They will want answers, and we will have to give them something.
Oh, of course. The weekly. I heard the word sermons from some other place. I think they will serve as a beginning of that purpose. A place to gather and discuss and
Right.
get answers to questions.
The information disseminated through those gatherings, it would be good to know what was said at those.
I plan on being there each time. Don't you worry.
I guess in order for us to know what's being told, we gotta attend the sermons too now.
Well,
Why?
it's
That's
just to know what is being said. Like just the other day, I heard that Otto and Quinn were KISSING in a tree.
To
See, I
be a
wouldn't have been
child.
aware of that if I hadn't gone to the weekly meeting.
Is this a kind of game?
Yes.
No.
Thomas.
Well, yeah.
Says,
How about you
yes,
try?
it's a spelling bee.
Smelling bee?
It's just me. May misunderstood the situation. I was bragging about how cold this coat is, the cloak. And then she thought it was more than just that.
Are you wearing
She's
it?
a child. Yeah, I'm still
Oh,
wearing
you're
wearing
wearing
it.
it. I got this gift from Otto.
Yeah. Is it cool?
Thomas, did you get a gift from Otto?
No.
Otto, you gotta give them some gifts. Equality in between friends.
There's a gift Otto can give me.
Yeah, you hear Zelkarith in your mind. I didn't receive a gift from my stepfather either.
Stepfather. Oh. Damn.
In fact, he hasn't visited mother even once.
Well, there are many feelings, Otto. Maybe this gift is quite important. Come here.
What
Come
is
here.
it?
Come here. I give you a hug.
Give him a hug, and the meeting to include Bart I think is over.
Otto
Sniffs
trying
around in
to
the background.
extricate himself as quickly as possible.
I'm there,
Um,
like hoping that Zelkarith's like feelings get transferred between me and Otto. I think it's. I'm just there hugging him for.
Is
an
that
awesome
something
amount
that
of time.
Tomas can learn to do?
Maybe?
Transfer feelings?
Maybe.
I've got some decent amount of XP. Maybe that's something I can work towards.
That could be a skill.
Yeah.
What's the opposite of empathy? You don't feel for someone, you make someone feel. Empathy,
Emotive? No, that's just showing emotion.
Oh.
Apathy.
Help it.
That's just hitting somebody. But with that, I think we will go to the morrow where May comes back from the Fae Council and delivers her news. But that'll be next episode after our break. And so stay tuned. We'll see you soon. We're the Hexagon, and we'll be right back.